Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. Warm welcome up top, down below, through the glass to the PSA Wimbledon Squash Squared Open Final. My name is Dave Fulton. I'll be your MC through this final. I work for Sky Sports. I'm absolutely thrilled to be back here again watching two fantastic players. It's been a fantastic 5 days so far with some breathtaking matches. We are down to our final two. Before I introduce them, a little bit earlier, we had a terrific exhibition match from two young pros, two ambassadors for the charity Squash Squared. Would you please give it up for Tom Walsh and Jordan Warren? Thanks to those guys, they competed earlier in the tournament. Now, those of you here have the best seats in the house, but you'll notice the cameras here tonight because this is being streamed live via Squash Stories on Facebook and YouTube. Last night's matches, get this, have had over 10,000 views so far. So thanks to all our social media team here. On behalf of all the committee, I'd like to thank our main sponsors, Mercer Taylor, Pelham Smithers Associates, Wimbledon Brewery, and Strawberry Star Developments, and everyone who has come to support the event. A round of applause, please, for our sponsors. Thank you. Right, with no further ado, it's time to find out who will be crowned our fourth champion here at TWC. Are you ready for some squash, ladies and gents? That's what I want to hear. We're ready for some squash. Right, let's introduce the players. It is showtime. With no further ado, our first player is a young Spaniard who has created all the headlines this week, scalping three of the biggest names in the sport on his way to the biggest final of his career to date. In round two, he defeated number 2 seed, world ranked 11, Omar Mossad in 5 games in a marathon 99-minute match. Last night, he defeated Englishman and former world number 1, James Willstrop. He played brilliantly in the European Team Championships last week as part of the Spanish team that got to the final. He's carried that form into this tournament, bidding for his biggest title win in his career so far, all the way from Barcelona in Spain. Will you please welcome Iker Parajes Bernabeu. The other bit of exciting news is that there is live in-play betting, ladies and gents, on Bet365. Ray Winston can't be here tonight, but you can bet on this final, and 3-1 you can get on Iker, which is tremendous odds, the form he is in. Right, introducing our second finalist, number 1 seed here at the tournament. He's had a very tough draw, having to overcome Farid Dzuki in round 2 in one of the matches of the tournament, and a 5-set battle in the quarters against Baptiste Mossotti. He's been as high as number 3 in the world rankings and currently 21 in the world, bidding for his first world title in a year. I hope my voice is going to hold out, by the way. He's known as the Jackal on the World Tour. He's hungry for success to get back to the top of the world rankings. Please give him a warm welcome, Marwan ElShorbagy. TWC legend Steve Richardson will be officiating, and the match will be the best of 5 games. Thank you. Just a little bit more about the players, ladies and gents, as they knock up. Iker's from Barcelona, 23 years of age. His performances over the last 2 weeks at the European Team Championships and at the tournament this week show he has a great career ahead of him. He's spent 274 minutes on court this week. He beat Frenchman Sébastien Bonmalé 3-1 in round 2. That 99-minute encounter with number 2 seed and world number 11, Omar Mossad. And in the quarterfinals, he beat world number 20 and 6 seed Daryl Selby. Last night in the semis, he beat former world number 1, the marksman James Willstrop. Could you once again please show your appreciation for Iker Parajes Bernabeu. His opponent, Marwan ElShorbagy, 25 years of age. ElShorbagy, surname very famous, of course, in squash with his brother Mohammed, the world number 2. He's from Alexandria in Egypt, which is a hotbed of squash. He's been as high as number 3 in the world in the last 12 months, and his 9 tour titles to his name, including El Guna, which is a World Series, and he's looking to get his ranking back up to that level. He had a tough draw in this event, playing against the talented Parajes who's ranked 18 in the world in round 2. Get a 5-set encounter in the quarters, and then played the up-and-coming Egyptian star Mustafa Azal in the semi-final, winning 3-0. Please put your hands together once again for Marwan ElShorbagy.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome to the Wimbledon Club
Wimbledon Club Squash Squared Open 2019.
That'd be Steve
Final
Richardson.
match.
Yep.
Marwan ElShorbagy of
World
Egypt
famous
to serve.
amateur.
Iker
Doing the refereeing.
of Spain to receive.
And
Best of 5
commentating, you
games.
have myself,
Love
Steve
all.
Wyatt, and my co-commentator, Nick Staunton.
Welcome. Good start.
One love.
So, this is going to be an interesting match, Nick, do you not think?
Absolutely. I saw the Marwan play yesterday. Very convincing win over the young Egyptian Mustafa.
Yeah.
And yeah, he looked very good, very convincing.
Yeah. Well, he's certainly got his work cut out today against the #1 seed. Obviously, this is a 24-draw tournament. Marwan, #1 seed. Iker, unseeded.
Yeah, Iker's had a great week actually. I saw him play yesterday against James. I was down here for that semi-final, and he was superb to be fair. And even after the fact we lost 3-0 last week, sorry, a couple of weeks ago in the European, which I believe was a very tight game. But yesterday he, in about 40 minutes I think it was, a very good convincing win. So I'm looking forward to watching this game.
Yeah, it's always nice to overturn a defeat like that, and similarly against Mossad, beating him in the second round, I believe, this tournament, 3-2, overturning the 3-2 loss that he suffered in El Gorna last month. Yeah. So always nice to overturn those defeats.
Yeah, superb game, 99 minutes.
Oh, that's a great shot. Fantastic in front of the court there, great shot there.
Yeah, killed it really well.
3-1.
So he's got off to a flying start.
So what's his score prediction here, Nick?
I was thinking about it beforehand. It's so difficult one to see if he's playing that well. To be fair, he's ranked I think 55 in the world.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've got a class act here. It's top 10 really. I know he's only ranked 21, but I've got to give it to Marwan really at 3-0. I'm going 3-0. Yeah, I think he's just a little bit. I mean, too much in the armoury.
Yeah, I mean we did hear before the match started that Bet365 are offering 3-1 odds for Iker to win this. Do you think those odds are fair?
As a betting man, I must say I was tempted. I was tempted to put a few quid. But I thought I'd leave it this evening. But saying that, I mean, I think with Iker, I think the longer the game goes on, he's a fit guy. He was in physically very good condition yesterday, even though he's had some 2 grueling games, taking Daryl Selby as well, and Omar. I know James had extraordinarily long game. I think his first game, 49 minutes the night before. I don't think he looked his best, but Iker looked extremely good on all levels. So I say 3-0. I might give him the benefit on a 3-1, but
3-0 could be harsh.
I think Marwan's just got a little bit too much of the same.
Yeah, well, he certainly got off to a good start here, but remains to be seen. I mean, obviously over the last 5 days, Marwan's played 3 matches to Iker's 4 matches. Whether that's will tell over the course of the match, I guess we'll see. But they're both young guys. Iker's 23 years old, Marwan 25, so they should have plenty in the tank.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping for a longer game, but so you can see he's already getting it. That was a great rally, forcing putting the ball out. So that's 3-2. So we'll see how the game pans out. But I think I'll go for 3-1 in this.
3-1. I think that would be a fair prediction on the game, but we shall see.
It'll be interesting to see the style as well. Marwan's got a very unique style. He's very clever on court. He's got a very unique swing, and I think he's going to put Iker under all sorts of pressure.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he's 4-3 up now. He's made a good start. If he could do this, to be unseeded to win the tournament against the number 1 seed in the final, that will be a tremendous achievement. Especially beating the number 2 seed on the way.
It'll be the week of his life. I mean, I've known Iker since he was 14, 15. He used to play league with him when I lived in Barcelona. So
superb.
He's be fully deserved. He's ever since that age he's been quite serious about it. Gone professional now. He's obviously at the BGS Squash Academy, where there's the 3 little musketeers, Edmund Lopez and Bernat. Although I think Bernat's now left them, but they've all been pretty focused since young kids. So for Iker to get this. And it's a great start. Just he's going 6-3 up now. I think I'll be eating my words. Commentator's curse.
So we'll see. Yes. I didn't realise he used to play with Iker in Spain. No doubt he's learned a few tricks from you, Nick.
Absolutely. Don't ask me, the last results, because I'll just get a big head there, Steve.
Yeah. I'm guessing there was plenty of rest between rallies and bouncing the ball before serving.
I have no idea what you're talking about there, Steve. That's a good play there. Ooh. I think Iker needs to try and start focusing, getting deeper into the back. He's been given Marwan a bit too much short stuff, which he's just going to eat up.
Iker, just in general, you've got to be a little bit quicker. Just a little bit quicker between points.
He has been learning from me, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. The Nick Staunton approach to serving. Oh, that's going to be a stroke.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah. Can't really complain. No need to wave your arms around. Pretty clear cut that one, Nick, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
If he can get another point or 2 in this game, put real pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, 2 more points and then he's 9-4 up. He should really be taken on pointed rally. I think he needs to focus on keeping straight with Marwan. He loves his angles. And he uses to his advantage just like there.
That'll be a lap, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because you slipped in front of the ball, which stopped him. Because you slipped.
Clear cut lap for me, that one, Nick.
He couldn't go past you.
Stevie's been very good all week, giving the guys a very clear explanation of why, which I think, to be fair, the players appreciate. Because I think a lot of the times when they do get decisions, sometimes people make it too quickly and they don't give it a good enough decision as to why they've made it. So Stevie has been really good with that. That's a lovely shot there by Iker. And that's 8-4. I mean, realistically, God, that's a really good start. But I'm coming from Stevie as well. I mean, I think he's one of the most capped squash players. Or he's up there in the top 3 for sure. I think this year, I don't know if you knew, but this year or next year, if he plays for Ireland, which I know he's more than capable of, he's still playing this year. He'll be 30 years playing for the Irish national team.
Yeah, that's Steve Richardson, the mark you're talking about there, Nick. Yeah?
That's right. Yes.
Okay, that was a fantastic nick there to come back.
That's where he's really dangerous, I feel.
I just hope that Iker, this moment in this game, hasn't already started thinking about the next game, because he does need to win this. He's still 3 points away in this game, and we all know that someone can easily come back.
Well, it's those fine margins, isn't it? I think this is where...
Especially against the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I think, this is where Marwan, he's got that experience against, the very best. So he won't be giving any cheap points away for sure.
Yeah, and he's got to try and maintain this 3-point lead. Could be in trouble. Yeah, it's a stroke away, unfortunately. It's a loose shot down the sideball there, hit it back to himself. So this is what he has to be careful of. There's only now a 2-point gap, and with every point that Marwan scores, it's not only getting closer in the score, but it's eroding his confidence, and that has a negative effect throughout the game. So where he was 8-4 up, if this goes to 8-all, it has a very detrimental effect.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would just give literally the opening that Marwan wants. I think give him a sniff and he'd be all over it. And that's a beautiful shot. Nothing on that, yeah. Nothing on that front. I don't think even if Iker got there, he wouldn't be able to have done much. There we go.
I think the score is 7-8 now, by the way, but
that's an interesting shot there by Marwan. I thought if he just hit it a tiny bit above the tin there, that I think he played the wrong shot. If he just played a tiny bit over the tin, Iker would have got it, but he chose to hit it to the back.
Couldn't see the bounce on that shot.
Your drop was very high.
But if it was a high drop, as Stevie says, then yeah, clear that.
Your drop was very high up the wall.
Yeah, so the score's called up now, 7-8, as we were saying.
Getting close and tight. Yeah, as I was saying, I think what Iker really needs to do here is focus on getting that width and length. Yesterday against Mustafa, anything coming in the middle, he was just putting in. I mean, I think Mustafa made too many unforced errors.
Great roast.
So it's a great
so he's managed to catch up, 8-all, putting a lot of pressure on, as I said.
8-all.
He really does hit those both well. He sort of flattens it out, doesn't he? It takes the pace off.
Yeah, sure does. It's a very important point, this. You do worry for Iker if he loses this point in this game.
It's too high a drop there against Marwan. He's just going to put him under too much pressure.
Saying it's not his fault. It's nobody's fault. It's still a let.
I wonder if it's going to be like this now throughout the game.
I don't like personally to see too much arguing in between rallies, but hey,
can't say I agree. But I think Marwan likes a little bit of a chat there.
Sometimes players to put pressure on the referee. It's a tactic some people adopt.
100%.
I'm not a fan of myself. I don't know what you feel about Nick.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's also just that side of things where if he's making a decision, he doesn't want it a cheap decision. So they sort of let them know that they're on the case.
Yeah, it's a big point for Iker. This he needs really to win this point, because if he loses it to go 9-8 down, I worry for his confidence in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. He's hanging in there well.
Oh, good get.
Deep into the back there. I think he can keep him back there and just keep him away from that racket. He's
in the forehand.
Cutting away the margins for sure.
Yeah. Keeping it very tight, keeping it very safe. They both know this is a big point. Neither of them want to lose this point. Oh, and there's the tin from Iker.
Yeah,
tight on the sideball.
Unforced error, really.
It was tight, but at this level we should be hitting that up.
Yeah, I think it was a fairly basic, straightforward shot there.
So Marwan now coming from 4-8 down to 9-8 up will be extremely confident. And there's another tin.
It's another
game ball.
Unforced error, yeah.
Game ball.
I think this is where the difference is, where that consistent pressure, putting him in the back, putting him into the front, the tight drops. Iker's not quite putting that same amount of pressure on Marwan. But then there is the gulf. Marwan is in my books for sure top 10.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And I think Iker's still young. He's still got a bit to learn, but he's not far off, and he's on the way for sure.
Great shot. Still in it. 9-0. Still in
9-10. Game ball.
Oh yeah, the score wasn't caught up.
Game ball now to Marwan.
Still game ball. Yeah.
See how Iker deals with this. It'd be great if we could get a 4-5 setter hard game.
Yeah. Oh.
Marwan, you're lucky to get a let.
Yeah,
I don't understand why Marwan is throwing his racket down.
For me, that was between a no let and a let. Certainly not between a stroke and a let.
I mean, as Stevie said, he's
You're
lucky to get a let.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree with that.
Marwan, just be careful. That was very much man. The reason you only got a let was because he had a bad length. Okay? No, you should have gone to play the ball.
I don't get what Marwan's complaining about there, to be fair. He created his own interference. And, I mean, it's plain as day. That was just about a let in my book.
Yeah.
Just about a let.
Game ball.
And me. Can he save the second game point?
Well, we shall see. I mean, I think what he really needs to do is push it in front there, just put a little bit of pressure on his movement-wise. He sort of hit it back to him there. It's good width there by Iker. Some really good, solid hitting there from Marwan.
Oh, there's the loose ball.
Nice little drop.
Covered well.
Some nice variation by both the players actually. It was a really solid hit and then just taking the pace off, making sure they're getting that length. Iker going for the out and out winner there, but wasn't quite come off as he wanted to. That's a great shot there by Iker.
Oh, and there's the shot that goes out.
And yeah, that put the pressure on really there.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was low, tight.
That was a hell of a rally. They both need a bit of a break after that.
Player to win by 2 clear points.
Got it back, 10-8 down to 10-all. Great work there for Mike.
Yeah, and a great opening game, to be fair. 10-all. Player to win by 2 points. Does Iker have it? Can he do it? And as he serves, Marwan turns around.
I've said it a couple of times. You've got to be quicker between points. This is your last warning about it, okay? You've got to be quicker between points. Okay?
I mean,
he's waiting for you all
I
the time.
didn't seem to be taking that much time to
I
me.
know. I mean, maybe Stevie should watch me a bit more. It's seriously taking time, but he seems to be absolutely fine. I really don't see the complaint there at all.
No,
oh, that's a lovely trickle boast. That's a lovely trickle boast.
What's the decision?
I'd have hoped a no let.
Yeah, I would
he
say
played
no
that
let.
superbly.
It looks like a no let. Yeah.
Game ball.
Was a no let.
Oh, that's great stuff. Keeping his nerve there, coming back from 8-10. That was
Could be trouble.
That was a superb trickle boast from the Spaniard. Actually very Marwan-esque.
Going for it now, Iker. Going for those nicks.
Yeah, absolutely. In 1 minute.
Oh.
He's going to have to take his chances against Marwan if he's too.
He's got to go for it. He can't just dolly it up the sidewalls all the time. He's got to go for his opportunities.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a great shot in the nick.
Pure class. I think Marwan was sort of waiting for that. Up and down the length and just waiting for that opening to push him in. He's extremely good on that. Backhand, sort of open face.
Yeah. And I think Iker's going to need to take a few risks in this game. I think he knows that Marwan will grind him down if he just plays a length game. He's got to, when the ball does go loose and there's opportunity to volley and create an angle, he's got to go for it.
Has to. He has to. I don't think he's. I think Marwan's too clever player to be sort of ground out as it were. I think whatever chances he's got. As long as at the right time, he's got to go for them. And I think he does, as you can see. He'll will definitely cause stuff like that. That's
I think
an
Iker thought that was
interesting
down.
one. Yeah, I wasn't too sure myself though. What do you think of that, Steve?
I don't think it was clear cut enough to call it down, is what I think.
And this is where we don't have the squash VAR, do we, today?
There was some talk of some kind of a replay, but maybe later.
maybe during the break we can assess it. That's lovely stuff by Marwan there. Oh, very tight. And there goes the squeeze. Lovely squeeze there by Marwan.
He's complaining. I don't think it's going to be let though.
I don't
You left
think
the ball
so.
in the middle. You left the ball in the middle. No, he hasn't done anything.
I didn't
You
think
left
he
the ball
had,
in
to
the
be
middle.
fair,
He just
either.
hit his shot. I didn't
He's
see
looking a
anything
bit
wrong with
tired
it.
there,
No,
Iker. He
I
was
didn't see anything
seeing him
tired.
playing against James yesterday. He was under
12-11.
all sorts
Game
of
ball.
well, basically pressure, and he was doing a huge amount of work, but I didn't see him struggling breath-wise. I just saw him there. Maybe it's the one night too many.
Yeah. He's played a game every day for the past 4 days.
And against
And
the
tough-
guys he
tough
has as
games.
well.
I mean, Mossad on Monday, Selby on Tuesday, Wilstrop yesterday. That's a hell of a schedule.
And there's a hell of a week beating all three of them.
Exactly.
I mean, it's you know, I mean, I think the Spanish truly made their sort of names known when they came runners-up to the English a couple of weeks ago. I think they got a lot of fans, especially when young Bernat, Jamie,
that's a
who I
great
think
shot.
is
It's a great length. Yeah,
that's the game over. As I was saying, they made some serious fans around the world.
1-0 to Marwan.
Well, that could have gone either way, really.
Yeah, very, very tight. Let's hope all the other games are as close.
Yeah, unlucky
But,
really there for Iker, but
yeah, very unlucky. But he's certainly in form. You know, the schedule that he's had this week, beating those three. You know,
yeah,
Wilstrop 3-love as well. That's a hell of a result considering he lost to him 3-love in the internationals just
he looked good.
recently.
I saw he looked really good, looked really comfortable, looked really confident. Didn't look out of his depth at all. If anything, I would have said James was struggling on a few things. The rallies were long, brutal, and there was a lot of times James had Iker on the receiving end of some of his extremely tight, drop shots and the way he puts it in. But Iker seemed, right from the start, which is unusual against James Wilson. He actually seemed in control. I don't know if James was struggling a bit physically, but
I think maybe mentally beating Mossad on Monday 3-2, having lost to him 3-2 recently in the El Gorna, to overturn that result and beat him 3-2. The number 2 seed, remember, Iker's unseeded in this tournament, beating him the number 2 seed early on, and then going through past Selby and Wilshire must have given him a tremendous confidence boost.
It's got to be. It's you're up against guys who are James, excellent world number 1. Daryl, consistently number 10, still playing that sort of level. Omar, top 5 in the world, and beating them all on the same day after. It's got to give yourself a huge boost of confidence.
Iker is currently ranked 58 in the world.
Right. Well, there you go. I mean, it's not even the top 50. So I mean, it's a marvellous week. So I mean, whatever happens, he can go home back to Barcelona with his head held very high.
Time. Okay, guys. ElShorbagy leads. 1 game to love.
What would you be doing here, Steve? Now, if you were 1-0 down, would you have some sort of game
Quiet,
plan?
please.
Well,
The jackal, as they call him.
Found myself in this position many times.
I've seen yourself in this position many times, Steve.
And
not just 1-0 down.
Going 1-0 down against the world champion, it's tough for any player, Nick. But
Was this your recent Nick Matthew? Where you were very kindly.
I didn't want to bring that up, but soon as you mentioned it,
I just did.
As soon as you mentioned it, me and Nick Matthew had a hit just recently, and it finished 1-1 and we ran out of time. But I don't want to talk too much about that, Nick.
Okay, all right. We'll let you off this time.
Okay.
Another time.
Yeah, another time. I mean, I can if you like, but we're not here for that. But
let's get back to the game.
Yeah, let's get back to the game. Anyway.
Oh, unusual. Yeah, there wasn't too much pressure there. He's put it straight into it.
1 love.
So Marwan, I mean, obviously there was a lot of complaining in the last game. I don't know if that's an indication of him not feeling settled in this match, or if it's a normal tactic, or
I think Marwan likes a
if
little
it's an
bit
indication
of
of
a chat.
anything at all.
I think he likes a little bit of a chat, to be fair. The games I've seen over the couple of years. I mean, obviously he was out of the game for one reason or another over the last 6-7 months, so he's just come back in. But
Sure.
I saw him playing his brother last year, and the two of them. I mean, the level was second to none. I don't think I've seen a game live that level, but there was a lot of chit-chat in between. So I don't think Marwan he's against the idea, but I think a couple of decisions Stevie got absolutely right. So there was no
I think I didn't see any issue with any of the decisions myself. You know, Stevie has been around a while, so he knows the game pretty well. So don't think there can be any complaints on the refereeing so far.
Be interesting to see now how Iker deals with this second game. It'll be a tough ask.
He's got to get off to a good start.
Down.
He's got to get off to a good start because having been 8-4 up in the last game and losing it and coming back to 10-all and still losing it, you know, that's got to be weighing heavily on his mind. Absolutely. And I think if he goes kind of 5-love down this game or something like that, it's going to be a long road back mentally.
Massive.
Especially being, you know, unseeded against the number 1 seed, all of that be on his mind. He needs to get off to a good start in this game. He needs to win this game, really, because if we're going 2-love down here, it could be curtains.
But he's doing a lot of work. Marwan is putting a huge.
That's a great shot. Great squeeze.
His legs there.
That's what he needs.
He won the point, but it's one of those that Marwan will win the battle if he carries on playing like that. He was putting him under consistent pressure there. There's deft touches to the front. You know,
he's got to go all out. He's got to go all out attack. He's certainly in form. You know, the week he's had, beating the people he's beaten, he's certainly in form. He's just got to put that to test. I don't think he can play defensively. He's got to play attackingly, step forward, volley, do things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to get in front, pressure him, and then get on top of the ball.
Yeah. I mean, you know yourself, Nick, for many years on the circuit. You know, in squash, you need to be on the front foot, pushing forward, looking to volley, looking to cut the ball off quickly and getting in front, and that's exactly what Iker needs to be doing here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has got to be part of the plan at least. I mean, Marwan does that extremely well, as good as any of them. And just, you know, his hitting, you know, the severity of his hitting, he's sort of getting it right down to the, you know, that three-quarter leg service box. Whereas Iker, he's not quite hitting those lines, not quite hitting those corners. So I think the more Iker can focus on that, get him off the tee, then give him the opportunity to go in and play his game into the front. Because at the minute it seems that Marwan, the game plan with Marwan, which is always the way, is doing that.
Yeah. I just feel like the longer the game goes on, the more it plays into Marwan's hands.
Yeah.
So Iker needs to step forward, attack, look to kind of go short, and not try and grind this game out, because I think Marwan is better at that.
Too good for that at the minute. And he'll be hungry for a win here. It's a very good prize money. It's 50k.
50 paid pot, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah, the winner I believe is 20%. So you know, it'd be a nice one to walk home with, that's for sure. For a week's work. Yeah. Hard work.
He would have earned every penny as well.
Oh, there's never any doubt with the squash players. There we go. That's a lovely little deft touch into the front.
3-all then.
Took the pace off that beautifully.
Nothing in it.
That'd be interesting to see from my mind here. And I think Iker's underneath the cosh a bit, and he'll be doing very well to stay with this. Unless he can start trying to turn it around, maybe vary the pace, slow it down a bit, but he needs to try and start getting Marwan behind him.
Yeah. Get him to the back, drop him short. That's what you would do, isn't it?
I believe something along the line if I had the ability to do it.
Stroke to ElShorbagy.
What do you think about that one, Nick? Think that was a stroke?
Across the ball, he took it.
I think
Didn't
it's a
come
little
off
bit
clear.
harsh, to
Ball
be
was out
fair.
wide.
I think why he's given a stroke there is that he was a little bit slow to clear the ball, and it,
4-3.
and it wasn't
Yeah.
the tightest, the combination of the two things. I think a stroke's fair. Harsh, but fair.
Yeah, you're probably right in sort of.
Harsh, but fair. He was on it like
Looking back
lightning,
at it,
and
I
if
did-
he
I
had been a
didn't think
bit
it was
slower
clear
onto
cut.
it wouldn't have been a stroke either.
He was a little bit behind him, but he's going to take it.
Yeah,
Isn't
at this level, he could have hit that, and he would have hit him.
he?
It's
There's a few
great
times
drop,
now
it's a
that
great drop.
Iker has put him onto. He's boasted. I'm just not too sure it's the right decision. Marwan is way too good, especially on his forehand, because he hits such a good cross court.
Yeah.
He really flattens it out, gets his width, and he's also the ability at the same time to actually turn his head a bit and put a lovely little drop into it as well. So I think he needs to take that out of his game. That's better for me if he starts trying to get it down.
Yeah, he's got to somehow try and get in front. No.
That's a lovely.
Oh.
Again, he's too good, Steve, on the right. He's every time something comes out, he can do a huge amount of work.
That short shot on the right hand side is devastating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of his best that he's got.
That was a good get.
6-3 now to Marwan. That's a decent.
He needs to get this
That's
rally.
That is
great
superb.
Oh, well played. Well
Superb.
played. What a rally.
Frontal work, taking it high into both sides.
Great rally. Well, he needed that. Iker really needed that, because if he'd gone 7-3 down, they would have been in all sorts of trouble. But 4-6, not so bad.
And Marwan's asking him to take his time. I'm sure it was all very gentlemanly.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with the little break in between points, is there, Nick?
There's a little bit of noise there, I didn't quite hear you, Steve.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
He's done it again, he's put his
And
lovely
out.
drop in on the right.
7-4.
It's very difficult to,
Yeah.
if you were Iker's coach,
Yeah.
what would you say to him? It's very difficult to deal here,
Yeah.
because it's like on all levels, Marwan, he's fantastic, really. His movements.
That's a great shot.
It's a fantastic shot here, by Iker.
I think it's a combination of a couple of things. He needs to A, attack,
5-7.
but B, also be patient, because if he goes for 2, 3, even 4 attacking shots that don't come off, he needs to be prepared to hit a couple more per rally to win it. And it can be demoralising if you're hitting your best shots, and Marwan's getting to them. You need to have a mental resolve to keep on hitting those attacking shots, even though your opponent's getting to the ball.
He's done that again. That's another boast. He needs to take that one out.
And out.
That's
8-5.
very, very sporting of Marwan there.
8-5 from Marwan.
Yeah.
There's a few signs
that's
there
it.
of Iker sort of getting back into it.
Oh, we're going to have a bit of a court cleaning action here.
By Mustafa, Asul of all people. I saw him play in the British juniors,
Okay.
and there was a lot of sort of argy-bargy, a lot of trying to grab the tee against the English guy. And I saw him play yesterday. Marwan was way too good.
Well,
and
good of him to help out.
completely different guy. There was
8-5.
absolutely nothing from him on the referee decisions.
Yeah.
Really well behaved. So I must admit, I changed my opinion. It's another lovely. It's great, actually.
Lovely
lob
little
by
exchange
Iker,
there.
Yeah. That's a little top spin drop. Top spin lob has got in. Too much trouble. He got that back, but that's the 3-4 shots down the line that's come from that. That's a nice Nice little lob there by Iker.
Went for that.
Great shot.
I don't know. That's a stroke for me.
Again, you pull the ball back out on yourself. He's there to hit it.
Oh,
Unfortunately, you're pulling the ball back out on yourself.
I don't think Marwan was in a position to hit that. I think he was
very
way
tight.
off balance.
yeah, he was in the right place, but was he ready to hit the shot?
I think
9-5.
his racket was, the way was over. He was so
I think
overstretched.
he probably could have hit it, to be fair. At this
I'm
level,
not quite in agreement there, but
he might have been in an
Steve
unusual
Stevie
position,
made the
but
decision.
I think he still could have got it.
No, thank you.
Oh, that's very sporting. Very sporting.
seemed okay that.
Thank you.
6-9.
And out.
Iker needs to do something here.
6-9.
Well, for starters, he needs to keep it out of the front right. He's causing all sorts of hassle there. He's lost 4 or 5 points in the back of that.
Yeah. Yeah, you did speak to Iker before the game, Nick. I remember, and you did, obviously, did point out how strong Marwan is on the forehand. But yeah, I'm afraid what you said is coming to fruition.
Yeah.
10-6. Game ball.
Marwan's got a fantastic way. He sort of there's so much he can do with it. The way he stands with it, it's very hard to tell whether he's hitting a drop or whether he's
Oh, what a shot! What a shot!
Nick.
Fantastic just shot there.
It's very hard to tell. Go back
That
at
was a real-
what he's doing with the racket, because he sort of goes
7-10.
over it. Is he hitting
Game ball.
the bows?
Yeah.
Is he hitting them
Yeah.
across court?
Well, we said he's got to go for it. That was going for it.
Yes, superb shot. It's a lovely little.
But he's got to do it 3 more times to draw level in this game.
I said 3-0, didn't I?
3-1, I think, Nick, actually.
That's a lovely
Oh,
shot.
that's a
by
good
Iker.
shot. Oh, good get. Oh, good guess.
Very lucky. He guessed it. He guessed
guessed
it right,
it,
but I don't think he meant to do that, did he, Steve?
Well, he just dived across court hoping he'd hit it to him, and he did. Said thank you very much on a silver plate. Okay, it would be good to have another look at that last rally, actually, to see him diving across. I don't know if that's something we can organise. Ah, and here we are.
The way he stands with it.
Fantastic.
It's very hard to tell whether he's,
Yeah,
hitting
you're
the
going to see it
drop
go
or
to
whether
the...
he's,
Oh, what a shot.
Cross
What
court.
a shot.
Nick.
Fantastic just
I
shot
don't know if
there.
the replay's
Very
going
hard
to
to tell
come
as
with
well,
it.
extremely hard
next
to do,
rally.
especially when
Yeah.
Marwan was sitting over it.
Yeah, he saw where it was going, went for it, but too good.
Not going to win matches like that, though. I think he's going to have to.
Yeah, he can win points.
Re-look at that.
Yeah.
But I think if he can start maybe taking the pace off, getting it down the sides,
Yeah.
and just straighten up. He's given too many angles, opening up the court too much with it. Marwan.
Yeah, I think so.
And
I think so.
He's
I mean,
loving it.
I mean,
as they say.
2-0 down, getting to number 1 seed, unseeded. I mean, where's he going to find the mental resolve to come back from this, Nick?
I wonder what the odds on that are.
Yeah. So I wonder what his coach is saying to him right now, Nick. Well, if you were his coach, what would you be saying?
I'd be
I'm talking about Iker, by the way.
I'd be telling him to straighten up, take away the angles, as I said, take away, the boast, because I think Marwan, when it comes to opening up the court, it's too open for him at the minute. He's taking stuff, mid-court when he's getting up into the front. He's putting Iker under too much pressure. So just turn that around. Iker's going to have to be a little bit more patient and possibly vary the pace of it, but keep it straight. And if he does get the chance, try and go in. But he needs to. I think the front court game.
Yeah.
Is being won by Marwan.
I think the varying the pace line is very important, because when you're under pressure, it's very easy just to fall into that one pace sort of game, that hard and fast, thinking this is the way to go. And when you're more relaxed as a player in matches, I don't know if you find this, Nick, you find it easy to vary up the game, become more creative, not only with the shot selection, but with you know, how hard you're hitting the ball, and I think that makes it harder for the opponent to read where the ball's going when you vary the pace.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So if he can somehow do that, then great. But he needs to get off to a good start here. If he goes 2, 3, 4 love down, could be curtains.
Yeah, I sadly can't see. I mean, Marwan there was just sort of on top of things, but Iker can't be putting in, drops like that. It needs to be better, basically, tighter. But I love, one of the reasons I love watching Marwan is he does vary the pace really well, and he's clever. As I said before, unusual error there, but I said
he hasn't hit many, has he?
No.
It's the first one I remember seeing, I think.
It's probably the second, but there lies the difference. That's good. That's better by Iker.
If he can get off to a good start here, you never know. Get this game back. Marwan would have relaxed by now. 2 love up. He would have relaxed a tiny bit, even.
Well, Iker would be hoping he
subconsciously.
Did, but I think.
But that could be a good thing or a bad thing for Iker. With being relaxed, sometimes comes better squash.
Well, absolutely. I don't think Marwan would be giving this away too easy. That's for sure. He'd be quite happy to get off and into the bar. I met him just before. Just before he went on, he was. He knew he was going to have a tough battle.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a tough call. It was a good shot. It could have been a bit of interference, but the ball was too tight. Would you say?
I think it was a fair enough decision there. And obviously Marwan was agreeing.
I just want you to be a bit more careful now. I'm starting to think that.
Don't say it. If you give me no left, don't say anything.
Okay.
Don't say anything, man.
Okay.
It's an unusual
Okay,
one.
I'll not say anything then.
I think Steve was about to sort of rebuke Marwan there. I don't know why Iker was telling him not to do that. But
Yeah, it was an unusual.
maybe he misunderstood what was happening there.
2-1.
An unusual remark there by you.
Yeah, I mean, Stevie was about to tell Marwan off, as far as I read that.
Well, I think he was just basically warning Marwan about his movement. But
so Iker asked him
misunderstood
not to do that.
That's a great length.
Maybe that can fire Iker up somehow. Sometimes you need a bit of firing up.
Yeah, I think he is now. I think he's got it in between his teeth. So
The shot was quite good because it brought you right round to here. Well, stopped you playing.
definitely breathing hard.
Red ball 2-1.
Harder than Marwan, it appears. Again, it's a fantastic use of pace there, Steve, by Marwan. Up and down the wall, and then give him the chance. Again, he's done that. See, look at the work he's done.
Yeah, he's in trouble. That's a lovely cross-court drop there.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, lovely cross-court drop.
3-1.
Yeah, it was quite deceptive.
Yeah, lovely hold.
Yeah.
Held for the drop, last second cross-court.
I think that's the thing with possibly the different. Marwan has got a very firm game plan here, and he's doing it not too far of doing it to a T, but I think Iker possibly struggling with what he's looking to do. He's sort of more reactive, whereas Marwan's on top of things. I feel he's got a little bit more focused here.
Great rally this. Too strong, isn't he, Nick? Too strong, Marwan.
Well, I mean, it's quite clear there. He is too strong up in the front.
4-1
on the right, and
4-1 now.
I don't want to say it again, but he needs to keep it out of there.
I mean, never say never, but
he's having more success down the left.
He's given a no lets. That's 5-1.
Yeah, it's very hard to see how Iker's going to get out of this. But you know, he's still young. He's 23. It's an amazing learning experience for him.
Yeah.
As you know, we've spoken before. He's had a really quite an incredible week. I mean, a top 10 in the world would be pretty proud of those 3 wins.
Yeah.
All absolute quality.
Yeah, exactly. 3-2 against Massar, 3-1 against Selby, and then 3-0 against Wilstrop. So it's seemingly getting better throughout the week.
Yeah, and he looks really good yesterday.
Yeah, but this is the 4th day in a row he's playing as well. Whereas for Marwan, it's the 3rd day. He had that rest day on Monday. So I don't know if that's making a difference. I mean, he looks physically pretty fresh, but I don't know. Maybe mentally he's tired.
Yeah, well, I think also just technically Marwan's just that little bit better. But you know, make no mistake, the guys put his name on the squash field. I remember Jamie Maddox, who is the creator of Squash Stories, which we were talking about before.
6-2.
He's seen him a couple of times. I was absolutely convinced he was going to go the whole way. I wasn't too sure at the time.
Are you talking about Marwan or Iker?
No, Iker.
Okay.
But you know, after this week, there's no doubt he'll be at one point, you know, top 10.
Okay. When did Jamie make his prediction? I'm interested to know.
If I remember correctly, I think he saw him playing when he was in Kenilworth. 6 months maximum, possibly more. But you know, Jamie loves the squash. He's an absolute fanatic.
7-2.
He's done a huge favour to the squash world by creating the Squash Stories.
Yeah.
And bringing just bringing many people from past and current, you know, together, and very sort of engaging, very interactive. I mean, having people like, you know, the Tristan Nankaro to, you know, Rami Ashore is even a member. Yeah. And just seeing them, you know, comment on some of the posts. Yeah. And I was saying before, Steve, there was one thread with Jamie put Umar Hyatt, Janser Khan, you know, and it went on for I can nearly say weeks as to who it was. So hats off for that. I think it's his new job.
Is it?
The matter with the time he's on, I think so.
That's gone down.
I suppose we should get back
to
focusing on
8-2.
Yeah, so 8-2 now. Looks like the end is nigh, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a sad one. I thought, going back to prediction, I thought Iker might be able to snatch one off him, but Marwan, to be fair to him, he's just been in beast mode. I
don't know if in-play betting is something that's been offered in this match, but you get good odds for Iker right now.
I think this is where that's a superb shot.
That's a good
really
shot.
Is top class. That's fantastic.
Maybe we should put that bet on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he is literally given a taxi there tomorrow.
3-8.
And absolute top class.
Just think. As well. But the thing is, I'm sure, Nick, you've been in your position many times in your career. 8-3 up in the third, pretty much switched off, right? And then someone can come back. But these guys are professionals, so that looked down to me.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah, you know, but I think 9-3. I think 9-3. It's 9-3. It's over, isn't it?
Well, it's curtains, you know.
Yeah.
I think we've all been there. You know, we sort of been at the bar, but it's never over if the fat lady sings.
Yeah, she's warming up now, Nick.
He's brought him in. He's moving him over to the sides. You know, I think.
She's warming up. She's in the wings, about to take centre stage. Can he muster a few points here?
He's giving him back into the right. He's got.
It's going to be a stroke.
Pretty sure that's a stroke.
Yeah, it's going to be a stroke. I don't think Marwan will complain too much. Match ball up.
Hand out.
7 match balls that he has.
4-10. Match ball.
Now 6. You won't be too worried about that.
Stroke. Hand out, 4-10, match ball.
I'll have to say it's been fairly convincing.
I wonder how many match balls he's going to save here, Iker. He saved 1. Ooh, I think Marwan's going to give it to him. No, he's not asking, so that's 2 match points saved 5 left.
5-10, match ball.
Sadly, I don't hold too much hope for him, but
No, I don't.
if he
But
can get a few more points here, it'd be
yeah,
great.
I don't. It's going to be all over any second potentially. You never know.
No.
And that's down. So that's the
ball.
3rd match ball saved.
And
Come on,
just
Iker.
looking up, yeah, just looking at
6-10,
Marwan, he seems to have gone
match
there.
ball.
His glutes seem to have gone a bit, but I think that's wishful thinking, really.
Yep.
I mean, it's great, these 3 guys, you know, Iker being one of them, Edmund and Bernat, all from Barcelona, all as far as I'm aware, pretty much the same age.
That's it. It's all over.
Game of match.
It's all over.
Yeah, they've
Fantastic match.
you know, on the world squash. That is a great, and they're here for the next 5 to 10 years. And
Very sporting.
He can walk off that court absolutely proud of himself, I think.
Yeah. Very sporting there at the end. So he's done a great job there, Marwan.
Huge smile. Very, very happy with that, I am sure. But you know, Marwan, gracious in defeat as well. I've seen him lose, and he's all him and his brother actually when they've lost.
Look at that. There we go.
I know they like to celebrate when they win, as you would. But you know, I've seen him on the other side. He's been great.
Yeah. Well, from us on YouTube, Wimbledon. Thanks, guys, for listening. We'll see you. It's me, Steve Wyatt, and Nick Staunton signing off.
We'll see you next year.
Cheers.
Don't fuck with the Irish.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'd agree, terrific final. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted just having watched that extraordinary final. With no further ado, I want to welcome him back up here onto the court. Our Wimbledon Squash Squared Open 2019 runner-up. It is Iker Parajes Bernabeu for a few words. Iker. Big round of applause, ladies and gents. Iker, bad luck. Tough. You've had an amazing week. You've played tremendously well. I know you weren't expecting to get maybe even this far. How proud are you of what you've achieved this week?
I can't believe it, you know. I think it's time to wake up, you know. And I don't know what to say. I'm just very, very happy. I woke up this morning, you know, I was feeling okay. I was like, okay, let's play another good match today, you know, but I got on court against Marwan, you know, for me he's one of the best players in the world. He's very skillful. You know, I didn't know what to do, you know, against him. And it was my first time playing him as well, so I didn't know what to do. Just
Great experience, though, to play against someone of that caliber, and I guess you'll learn a lot from this game.
Yeah, of course, you know, it's always a good experience to play the top guys, you know. I think I'm getting there, and I'm working every day like, very, very hard to get there, you know, and yeah, I mean, it was a very, very nice experience. Of course, I wanted to win today, you know, and I tried my best, but it wasn't enough.
And the fact you had so many hard matches, we said at the start, 274 minutes this week, to keep coming back, Does it? I mean, how are the legs? How's the body? Does it take its toll? Does it catch up with you?
No, I mean, the body was fine. I think it was something mentally, you know, I've been away for 10 days now. You know, I miss my girlfriend, I miss my family, I miss my friends, my coaches. They're in Barcelona, you know, so it's mentally very tough. You know, it's long days here, you know, we play always very late, so spending all day here alone, it's always very tough mentally. But I just want to say thanks to everybody who has been supporting me this week. Simon. And yeah, obviously congratulate Marwan, you know, for the title.
Enjoyed the week.
That's it. Of course, enjoy the week. You know, as I said yesterday, it's my second year here, and I'm sure I will come back next year for sure.
There he is, our runner-up. It's Iker. Terrific effort from Iker, but there can be only one winner. He came into this as a red-hot favourite. He did not disappoint. The class act that is Marwan ElShorbagy. Marwan, I know you've had time to get the towel, but you don't look out of breath. That was tough, though.
Yeah, it's a tough court, that one. First of all, actually, I want to congratulate Iker. He's had a great event here, and he's beaten 3 players inside the top 20, and 3 players has been inside the top 5. So it's a great tournament for him. He's still young, and he's just, you know, he's gonna be in the top 20 very soon, and I wish him all the best. I had to study him really well today, you know, and I know he's going to be, he's only going to get better. So I wish him all the best, and look forward to play him again.
You said you had to study him. That first game was really tight, 13-11. He was up for a lot of that game. Is that how you do it? The first game, you kind of rallying with him, and it's the first time you played, I think, what he said. So you start to work out his play. Is that the computer starts to kick in?
Yeah, I think it was an edgy first game from both of us. As he said, it's our first time to play each other, so we didn't know what to expect. We both kind of started to get used to it in the second game. I mean, we had a tough week. We played very long matches all week, and you know, I expected both of us might be a little bit tired. I mean, especially him. He played at the Europeans as well last week, and Spain did very well. They came second for the first time in their history. So I think he's been having a lot of good times. So it's. I know he was going to come up firing and having a lot of confidence. So I tried to maintain that as much as I can, and I think I did that very well.
Certainly did. British Open next week. I'm guessing this set you up for that?
It's amazing. I mean, this tournament is a good preparation for me. I mean, yeah, British Open is a dream for all the players. I mean, this is my target. I want to go there and perform well, and hopefully, if I have a chance to win, I mean, this is the target for all the players, I guess. I just want to thank Stacey Ross for organizing such an amazing event. You know, this is my first time here. Yeah, this is my first time here. He's done a fantastic job, and I really, really hope this event only gets bigger and better, and I really want to come back. So I hope the event keeps getting bigger. I want to thank the sponsors as well for supporting the event. I mean, without you guys, this event wouldn't have been possible. So thanks for supporting the event. And last thing, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank the members of the club, and you guys are really nice. You've took care of all the players, and us as players, we're all we're really happy to be here. So thanks for having us, and we're all looking forward to come back next year.
Marwan, thank you so much. A worthy champion.
Last thing, I just want to thank Steve for giving him such a hard time all week. He's done a good job.
He's done a good job. Marwan ElShorbagy, a worthy champion. We will see him at the dinner. Yes, a consummate professional, thanking everybody, including our referee. It was remiss of me not to thank him earlier. Steve Richardson, ladies and gentlemen. Steve, thank you. If ever there was someone that should conduct the Brexit process after those kind of negotiations, this could be our man. I throw it out there. Right, ladies and gents, that concludes the proceedings from courtside. The 4th TWC Squash Squared Open. 6 days of amazing squash. We hope you enjoyed it and the tournament as a whole. Please check out the TWC Squash Twitter handle for memories of this great week. For those of you joining us for the Champions Dinner, please make your way to the bar. For those of you who are leaving us now, please have a safe journey. Hope you enjoyed the squash. Have a very good evening from Wimbledon Squash Club. Good night.